like every single day. This ain't no shade, this ain't no flex. Just make sure you tune to the RPX. Stay dropping jewels all on the airways. Keep sitting 100 like every single day. RPX. Yeah, just the RPX where you can sit back and catch a vibe at. But your mind gotta be open like a surgeon with a scalpel. Mixed with the tips that can help with the mental, also the spiritual, and even the physical. The way she break it down, you don't need a visual. Always keep it fair and also critical. Everything is clear, ain't no need for subliminals. Growth is essential, the love is not rental. You might be prevent the IG or the clock or where it at. So come get involved, it don't even cost. Just hit the DM if you need to talk. So all my good people out there, stay blessed and make sure you tune in to the RPX. This ain't no shade, this ain't no flex. Just make sure you tune to the RPX. Stay dropping jewels all on the airways. Keep sitting 100 like every single day. This ain't no shade, this ain't no flex. Just make sure you tune to the RPX. Stay dropping jewels all on the airways. Keep sitting 100 like every single day. RPX.
Chill.
I was busy taking pictures. Yo, Cognac posted something. She had her grandson doing that, and it was.
Chill.
Yeah, he's so coming in to do that. You gotta record him, and we gotta put him on there.
Yeah, chill.
You have made. We're here. Another episode of the X Radio here on Glockaware, where you can find us every Thursday night at 6 p.m. And it's a good vibe. A lot of weirdo shit has been going on. Retrograde has been in situation here, and a lot of old things, old people's resurface, old feelings we have to deal with and release. And
chill on that. Chill. Chill. Hey, big head, I'm cool, my guy.
Yeah. So a lot of weird stuff, but we're cool.
We good.
We're doing it. That's part of the process. You know, you gotta experience it. You gotta go through it. You gotta deal with it, and then you can finally release it once you deal with it.
Yep.
So,
we dealing with it. Push through.
As always. It's also a good night because Judah Priest is in the building.
Judah.
And it's been like years, Judah. Like, come on. Yeah. I've been trying to have Judah on the show for years. Like, with the S a couple times. Yeah. Years.
Hard to catch up to.
And you know what? He is, but he isn't.
Yeah.
But that's how it be, you know.
I had a crazy schedule.
Good stuff, yeah.
Exactly. Like, I can't. I'm not even going to blame you. It just is what it is.
Yep.
But you're here now, and that's all that matters.
Glad to be here, too. Glad to be here.
Good.
Yeah. It's like I said, like always good vibes, positive, a lot of positivity. You can check him out at I Am Judah Priest on Instagram.
Yep.
And if you're not familiar, Wu-Tang affiliate, Chosen Few, that is a biblical reference.
Yeah.
How does it apply to music?
We are the chosen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just really like that, man. Like, you know, me and you had this conversation last time I was here. In the background, can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we got it.
I ain't on front. I get nervous with this close to my mouth. Like.
Yo, I understand. I understand. We'll leave it right there.
But nah, you know what though? Like in hip hop, and it's just my thought. And I'm saying this is just my thought because I had a conversation a couple of weeks ago with Kango Kid, live in person. Shout out to my brother Blacksmith who caught the footage. You know what I mean? When I say we are the chosen, man, we come from this thing called hip hop. You know what I mean? Which is the foundation, and it is the major genre of music right now. Not the only genre, but the major genre, isn't that
mainstream thing? It was kind of peculiar, but they started mixing it in with rock. They started mixing it in with major brands.
It's funny that you asked that because I was just being conceived. You know what I'm saying? I was being conceived at that point in time. You know what I mean? We like hip hop is really not that old. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was like 70s. And I mean, I'm close to the 80s, but I didn't make 80s. You know what I mean? I was like, no.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Well, it was that funk that started transforming.
But
that turned that.
Here's the funny thing, and then I'm gonna jump back to what I was gonna say real quick.
Go ahead.
The funny thing is, I seen a post on Facebook today, right? And it says, "Look, hip hop in 1940s."
Oh yeah.
But now I'm a music buff.
Yeah.
All right, not even just in hip hop. I love blues. I love rock.
Yeah.
I love I love like bluegrass music. You know what I mean? So when you actually start thinking about early doo-wop, a little bit before that, you know what I mean? Our version of rock and roll that was stolen by the Beatles and all that, you know, Cadillac Records and all that. It was there, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, the elements were always there.
Yeah, they
like
definitely
you
were.
look at dancing, like twerking. It's always been there.
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
just.
You know what? That's funny you said that too.
With
And
the-
you know
with
what?
the
And
shimmy dresses?
I keep saying stuff like I'm gonna get back on my point, but it's funny that you say that because my twins is 10, right?
Okay.
And like my daughter, I got a twin boy and a girl. You know what I mean? My daughter loves Frozen. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and I say that to say this. Every time, since Frozen's been out, every time I have watched Frozen, Mickey Mouse is always on a boat with, you know what I mean, with the steering wheel of the boat, just
Right.
like whistling and going. My son, his little smart behind, he'd be like, look, Mickey's twerking.
right.
But no,
right.
But yeah.
But they get on the point though, like hip hop was created to give us a voice, you know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
I mean, it's phenomenal how it has evolved over the years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So when you ask, like, you know, when do yes, I kind of do remember because even growing up, I was born in '78. I'm 42. I'm not scared to admit my age.
All right.
You know what I mean?
Blessing.
My favorite song growing up as a child was Double Dutch Bus.
Oh yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
still to this day, that joint come on, I'm going crazy. You know what I mean?
He said, "That's my shit."
You know what I mean? And I'm gonna show you how it transpired to even what we just saw about a few seconds ago because that was the first song that introduced Pig Latin into like mainstream
Right,
music.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're
And
right.
and then it was adapted again by Snoop Dogg.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's where it goes.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? So when you coming out of that discotheque rock and roll era,
Right.
you know what I mean? Like even with Michael Jackson, you know what I mean? The Off the Wall was real disco and funk. But if you really paid attention, there was a lot of pop and a little hip hop element.
Right.
But that's just Mike's signature, though.
No, very much. Very
That's
much.
Mike's signature.
I mean,
but
he ain't doing like Prince, but you know what I mean?
no, but
No.
that's another topic.
Yeah.
But I was personally never a Prince fan.
Oh.
I know, right? And that's what
They're
people
like,
say. They're like, "Oh, that's, I'm
No,
sorry
we-
to hear
you know
that."
what? I'm a social distance from you.
Yeah. Yeah, because I was a Prince kind of chick. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like I wouldn't groove to some songs if they were on the radio, but I never would put one on myself. That it's
Oh,
that
man,
type.
listen, you can't like people only know Prince for the Purple Rain.
Yeah, that's when he became
I
the
mean,
major.
Doves
Yeah.
Cry, I Would Die for You,
right.
maybe a little Kiss, Diamonds
That
and
was
Pearls.
all the mainstream.
That was
Nah,
the popular
business.
Yeah.
No, listen, you put Little Red Corvette on.
Oh yeah,
listen,
that was yeah.
You know what I mean? Like stuff like that. Seven Angels. And I like Mike. Don't get me. I love Michael
Right.
Jackson. You know what I mean? But
Right.
again, as an artist, I
Right.
don't even sound crisp. There we go. As an artist, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate them both artistically because of the
Yeah.
writing.
Oh yeah.
Mike,
Right.
They were creative geniuses.
Yeah, they were definitely
They was Mozarts. They was definitely Mozarts. But here's the thing: like when it comes to the pen game, they was both top of their game.
Right.
The thing that made them different was that Michael was more of an entertainer.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mike
You know what I'm
was-
saying?
Yeah.
But Prince was more funk and soulful.
Yeah,
at the same
I would
time.
call that like a creative artist, kind of like that. Like you
Yeah.
said,
Put his
that.
own-
I'm
he put
sorry.
his own- yeah,
I'm
put
sorry.
his own-
This is
yeah.
how you know that a person is like that dude. Anytime that somebody like Michael Jackson reaches out to you to collab, and you be like, hell no. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I could do this conversation all day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You know, I had interviewed somebody that worked with Prince at one time, and I said, what was, the coolest thing that you think you learned from them? They said that, he was such a cool dude that he just was strategic in his work ethic. And every 3 minutes, he said, every 3 minutes you should be doing something.
Very much. I agree.
And I was
agree with
like-
that.
He has a cousin that lives here in Philadelphia. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna say his name, but
Right.
Yeah,
The
we
bull.
did that.
yeah, you know what I mean. But
that guy.
But for one, they look just alike.
Word.
It was uncanny. I ain't gonna front when
Wow.
That'd be weird.
yeah. I ain't gonna front when I first met him. I was like, yo, this is weird. Like,
Right.
Prince, I'm meeting you after Prince dies, and
Right,
y'all look
and they
just
look alike. They look
y'all
alike.
look just
Weird.
alike. But the same, like, yo, if you ever watch like Prince play the bass,
Yeah.
play the guitar,
Yeah. They
he's
have the same mannerisms.
Yeah, the mannerisms. They do everything. They do. Hey, yo, take that out. You know what I mean? They do everything the same.
Wow.
Wow. That
Every-
has
That'd
be like a
something
mind trip,
Yeah, I
right?
was about to say, like that'll take you somewhere.
Right.
And I ain't gonna front. I'm looking at Supreme the Resurrected. I'm looking at him like, yo, like you friends with this dude, and like you never got like goosebumps, son. Yo, like real quick, funny story. My 23rd birthday, right? I had broke. I tore my meniscus, right? And I like my birthday comes up. I'm in a cast with crutches and everything, and I had to put the towels under because I was getting like the rubber burn, right?
Right.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Yo, my mom was like pissed off at me for like 2 weeks, and I never knew why. Come to find out, Prince was playing in Philadelphia on my birthday at the Wells Fargo Center, right?
She wanted to take you.
She had already bought the tickets.
Yeah.
Now watch
Oh,
this.
wow.
So listen, this is the gift that keeps on giving, though. Real talk. So y'all talk about some PSTD. Yeah, that was my mom because she was mad, right? So listen, she had bought the nosebleed, like
Right.
I mean, and I'm 6'1". I'm sitting at the very top, at the very last row,
I hate how you feel like you're
Trying
gonna
to-
topple over.
Yeah.
trying to
right.
stand up on crutches and everything, right?
Right.
And amazingly, because I had this, my leg was hurting, so I had to, the seats,
Right.
again,
Yeah,
being
right
tall,
up against the
Being
jaw.
tight.
being tall is bad
Yeah,
enough. My
definitely
knees.
tight.
Yeah.
So the usher seen us is like, yo, why you ain't come to
Right.
go to the box office and say like you need a special handicap privilege? My mom was like, yo, we didn't know.
Right.
Yo,
you got
put-
floor seats
Yo,
right
watch
after
this.
that.
Hey, yo, real talk. Yo, the usher was like, yo, for one, I'm on crutches. He's about something. Follow me. I'm like, the fuck?
Right.
I don't.
You don't want to
So
follow
I'm
me.
coming down. So listen, I finally get downstairs, and he just had one of those magical Disney moments. You know what I mean?
Swept you away.
Listen, because it's Prince, so he had all of the velvet sequenced like you go to the
course.
entrance
All
of
of that.
Brooklyn.
When He had the work.
a
Hey,
bunch
yo.
of purple shit.
Yo, he was just like this.
Right.
He was just like this. And I swear, all I heard was, oh.
Right.
Next thing swear on everything I love, yo.
Yeah.
I'm at the very, very front of the stage, at the side that he was performing on.
Hot.
Prince wasn't on stage yet. Some of my other favorite artists that was performing, Morris Day and the Time.
Oh
All
wow.
right.
Yeah, they hot.
Now listen, I'm handicapped. I done got good seats.
All
Yo,
that.
Morris Day and the Time start doing Jungle Love.
Yeah,
you
that's
know?
my yeah.
And all of a sudden, I just see my crutches go in the air like nothing was wrong with me. And my mom was like, "You was faking this whole time?" No, because
No, I
mean,
You had to
it was-
get in the moment.
right,
Yeah,
it
you had
was-
to get in there. You
I
had to
felt
get
the
in there.
spirit caught me and I just lifted right up, Mom.
Yeah, you had to get in there.
Yo. That's
Yeah.
what's up. That's a good story, though. That's a really good story. He's
Yeah.
like, I just had this Disneyland moment.
it was like, oh.
So, 144 chosen. Let's get it.
Let's go.
That's what I be telling them.
Right.
Right.
What are y'all up to right now?
Sitting down, watching TV.
The COVID stuff.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Me and Blacksmith,
COVID
we in the studio fighting. Nah, we all working, man. Like, we finally completed. Well, the album's been completed. I kind of revamped it.
Okay.
So we actually getting set for a November 20th release date. Finally,
up.
Cool.
on my
Cool.
own print, on my own imprint on 144 Records. You know what I mean? Like everybody was told about this pandemic and not. Listen, I got studio equipment. Y'all got studio equipment. You know what I mean? We going to continuously to work.
Right.
So now we
what's up.
also getting ready for tour. November 18th we leave, and the first show is November 19th in Indiana.
Cool.
Excuse me. Then we hitting over to Colorado for the next couple of days. So we're gonna hit like all like Denver.
Yo, have you played in Denver before?
Yes.
Yo, is it cool because of the scene out there?
That's what I was about to ask. What's
It's
up?
different.
What's the
I'm
vibe
gonna be
like?
honest, like, yo, what about, for one, the crazy thing is when I first went out there, you know what I mean? Shout out to my sister, she just walked in, tweeted
Hello.
the building.
Hey, sis.
Yo, when I first went out to Denver, right? I ain't gonna front. Like, anybody who knows me knows that, like, one, I like white music. Two, I love nature. You know what I'm
Okay,
saying?
so you got some traits.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
cool.
yeah,
We
yeah.
won't hold it against
Now,
you.
so now, for one, what they don't tell me is that, you know what I mean, living in New York and in Philly, you know what I mean? Like, yo, we are 7,846,000 miles higher in Denver than it is here.
Right.
Yeah.
Don't ask me how I remember those numbers.
I'm not going to.
And I
Trauma.
don't. I don't.
Phobia.
Here's the thing, though. I don't smoke weed like that no more. It's
Okay.
Method Man fault. It's Grass Cat's fault. But you know,
said I
so
OD.
like, yo, when you go to Colorado, it's like, for one, I'm down there on 420. For one.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah. Oh,
that's
yeah.
that's the first time I heard about CBD. And for everybody saying like, yo, CBD don't mess you up. Yeah, try smoking that in Denver, okay?
Yeah, where the
He
real
said
stuff is.
Denver's a different story.
But nah, but like, yo, crazy thing is, one of my close friends actually had moved from Texas to there. He was living in San Antonio, so he had the condo straight, you know what I'm saying, like downtown. And I go out on the balcony, and I'm just looking, you know what I mean, spot down there, right? And that's where all the homeless people gathered. And down there, they made sure, like the city made sure that they had the porta potties out there. They had the personal.
By the cannabis community.
That's support about everything. In
I just
Colorado.
asked because I know, they've taken money from that venture and put it into, like, reinvested into the schools and so on and so forth.
Well, I don't know if that's exactly where it's come from, but the fact that it's being done, I would say yes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it's
Interesting.
evident. Except when you go there, they got this one spot. I was telling somebody today, they got a spot. They say it's like 8 Mile. Out in Detroit. So like if you driving in a 4x4 pickup truck and you got like the hatch where they say, oh, like, you know what I mean, you go to Home Depot and everybody jump in for the job.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, so like for one, my man, my boy, he Mexican. So he's like, hey, yo, papi. He's like, yo, you got to be careful with leaving your personals in the back like that. But like, where else I'm supposed to put it at? You know what I mean, on my lap.
Right.
I was like, but why you say that? He said, yo, because around here, Holmes, they'll take you. They'll take it. I'm like, what? They will take it. They will wait till we get the red light, Holmes, and they won't take your luggage. I'm like,
Oh, wow.
I said, yo, pull over at that Crown Fried Chicken right there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm out.
Like, yo, y'all can keep the underwear, but I got some other things in here that I actually need.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I need this stuff. Yeah. That's the worst, like losing something,
I'm
along
too
the way.
overprotective. I'm overprotective of luggage and women. Like,
Yeah, there you go. As you should.
Yeah, we'll take that.
As you should.
Yeah, we'll take that.
Yeah. Took, if you could spin a track, and we'll be right back on the X Radio.
144 at your door, we bringing war. War with the swing of a sword, we get it off.
Death tolls, I'm back to break bones, smack, fake balls, slack to read home. Peep energy, off key, no crush toes. Barefoot, no crooks, no jokes, beat balls. With a smoke clear, no air to breathe on. Old dirty crew, broke to A-short. Unique, bad deep, no, y'all niggas can't sleep. Get bruised badly, all see in the volley. Battered in the alley, drunk punch with a dolly. Buddha monk, Buddha skunk, puff from Mount Valley. Niggas can't war dance with a Viking. Fire Reaver dragon, my grandma strikes lightning. Pitch black, almanac through the desert. GPS through regrets, born without measure.
March like a boss for war with the claws. Swords rip through your flesh, strong, swift tiger claws. Attacking the flash, lightning crack, snap potatoes. With the strength that's hard, carried by garlic aimers. The hour of the power, you want to devour that remains ours. Your intentions foul, looking sour. Clouds open thunder, roars and rain pours. Clash of the titans, gain power and drain yours. That collected is what makes the elite. Use without abuse, now you out here tasting defeat. Bruised flesh, definite pain is imminent. I'm vexed, two stacks, this game is intricate. No delay, won't rain, no use for an umbrella. Hard knock to your jaws, what we call a chinchilla. Act a little brother devious, we push a premium. Nothing lenient, your measures are insidious. 144 at your door, we bringing war. War with the swing of a sword, we get it off. 144 at your door, we bringing war. War with the swing of a sword, we get it off.
Make way, here I come. I'm banging like a gun. Hands up like it's a stick up. Now tell me where you from. Supremers from the slums. Down with the alum. A 144 from the door, you better run. Now how you want it, son? Get ready for the beat up. 1 foot in your ass. That's why I got my feet up. Looking for the re-up. Recruitment with no losses. I don't hang with bums, only hang around with bosses. Tell me what the cost is. I slice your name. I know I paid enough for the price of fame. We don't write the same. My verse is for the people. Popping for the public or point like a steeple. You know it ain't no equals unless I'm with my brothers. Don't share the same blood cause we got different mothers. Now it's time to smother. Your style is looking shabby. Shaking on the sticks like I'm Ricky Ticky Tabby.
You see the man spit in the dark night has risen. Destruction new mission, I'm banned from television. If I got you on my sight, ain't gonna thrive when you clowns genocide. Wild liar, titan, death in my eyes. I provoke fear, switch gears. Your new nightmare, your time is over. Clear, flatline, lose me at departure. Cheers, not a good sign. I'm at home on the mothership, extraterrestrial. Problem here, the nigga in his vestibule. Niggas better fall back, stop, know what's best for you. Your niggas just human, I'm celestial. Fuck out of here.
144 at your door, we bringing war. War with the swing of the swords, we get it off. 144 at your door, we bringing war. War with the swing of the swords, we get it off.
I run up in the booth like I got an attitude. Where them niggas at? Let's go keep the longitude and latitude. This will boss her. Rush a nigga like Vladimir. The frat is in the house. Y'all better get the fuck up out of here. You interfere, but I ain't gotta race shit. I'll kill you fair square. You ready to die? Thinking you big shit. You a little proof shit. Stay fart, nigga. The man, this is where your daddy left your best parts, nigga. So disrespectful. I ain't battle rapping, but I will take it there. You cornballs keep tapping. New Jersey twerk on them. Yeah, I stay strapped in. 50 suicides and 40 laps. Thurs action. Championship work ethic when it's hectic. I come through in the clutch like a 5-0 pony. Stay a dealer down when I'm stepping with the fray. You can't walk this way in the bush. It's a coney, so move, bitch. Fuck out the way.
Fuck out the way, man.
Hey, killing MCs with screams, it comes a beast, and they calling on word. Hey, you wanna fight, but fight for your life with a force of doors, lightning when it strikes. Force of a light can spike Dracula's might. Checkers intellect and high thunderous right. Cruising down the highway, looking at lights up in the sky. All the angels that I gave flights at error. Beast from the east, raps terror. The pallbearer with a right heart of the Metzeros. Y'all error came when y'all cater to these haters. See you later. The pale rider coming on the dark horse, parrying your hits till my voice gets coarse. Trailing on the course to the true king of the north, killing dragons with a sword. Bow down to your lord.
144 at your door, we bringing war. War with the swing of the swords, we get it off. 144 at your door, we bringing war. War with the swing of the swords, we get it off.
They bugging.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Man, I love it.
We're back on the X Radio here on Glocka, where you can find us every Thursday night, 6 p.m. Go ahead. We are live on YouTube right now, so go to YouTube, check out, search Glockaware, and click the live link, and there we are.
There we are.
The replay will be available 24/7 after the fact.
Yeah, check it out later.
Check that out. Cognac's struggling, girl. Put it on each side. It's because you got the little charger jar. She got it.
Messed up my vibe, bro. I'm back.
We are live in studio with Judah Priest. Yo, yeah. Judah, why do people get a little upset? You know, as performers, as artists, as people in entertainment and in public eye, sometimes we change our names and so on and so forth. Have people given you some shit about, using Priest?
Well, the fact I didn't even know that we could cuss on this.
Yeah, go for it, man. We got it, yeah.
We're uncensored.
Hold on, I've been holding it back. I got a floodgate.
We're uncensored.
Hey, watch this. Hey, yo, son, I'm gonna take advantage of this. I've been censoring this shit since the beginning. Nah, man.
Don't feel the need to take it easy on us.
Yeah.
Nah. Like I never, experience, people, having a problem with my name. You know what I mean? For one, somebody had a problem. The only person I could say, I should have a problem is Killer Priest. You know what I'm saying? That's because they make, they think of us the same because we got damn near the similar name. And we talk about the same things as far as politics, spirituality. But if it's anybody who's going to have like a problem with my name, I don't give a fuck.
Right. I felt that.
You know what I'm saying? It's not to be a smart ass about it, but for one, in order for somebody to be mad, about a name, for one, the name represents you. You know what I'm saying? And you also is a representation of the name. So everything about me represents what I call myself. Like you don't want
What is that? What if someone asks, what would you say that is? How would you explain that?
I'm an enlightened individual. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
I don't, I've done dumb shit in my life, but my every day, if you look around me, I'm always looking for some knowledgeable shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I read the Bible, I read the Quran, or I'm studying some information about how to really capitalize on music and take advantage of music streaming and stuff. I love knowledge. You know what I mean? So you wouldn't, you wouldn't name yourself Alexis when looking like a Civic.
Hey, yo,
Yeah, I felt that.
I feel you.
I felt that. Yeah, I felt that.
Hondas are very reliable. I'm just saying. And on top of that, their Lexuses are just a souped up.
Toyota.
No, Toyota. Yep.
Toyota.
Toyotas are very reliable as
Yeah.
well.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying.
Well,
Anyway.
anything with the word toy in it, I don't
He
trust.
said I don't do that.
Oh wait, I forgot.
Oh, yeah.
My sister here. That's her name.
Yeah.
Sis got, some things to say in the background over here.
Yeah.
Yo, I love the vibe between y'all two.
Yeah,
It's
Yo, that's
funny.
because she
I love
snitched
it.
on me.
Yeah, it's fun.
She's always talking about that stuff. Like, yo, let me tell you something, yo. I love my sister, yo, but she be doing some cowardly shit sometimes.
Oh
Right?
no.
Let me tell you.
Sis.
You
Oh,
gonna
no,
let
sis.
this go, sis? She's like, all right, let's
Look,
get it.
this is my segment. She can't talk in this microphone. Listen, shit, they
Got
told
him.
on me. You know what she does? Like my dad. You know what I'm saying? Like but for one, my dad plays entirely too much. And I'm talking about my dad on this live and on his radio because for one, he don't know how to work his cell phone to pay attention to
You
listen
would
to
never
this shit.
be able to find this ever,
Nah, I mean,
Dad.
but what I will say is, my dad will call me and blow me up in the mornings. Everybody knows I'm not a morning person, right? So he knows if he can't get a hold of me, he's going to call my sister.
Oh man.
And the crazy thing is, I would have just talked to my sister. You know what I mean? Early morning brother sister
Right.
check-in, right?
Yeah.
So instead of lying for me, she'd be like, my dad be like, hey, yo, you talk to your brother? Oh, no, he don't even say that. He's like, yo, you talk to the boy? She
Like
going to
that
tell the
one.
truth and be like,
Like
yes,
that
I
one.
just hung up the phone with him. Like, he's going to call me back.
Be like, you were supposed to cover. I wasn't
Right.
ready. I wasn't ready.
But see, now that's the difference.
Doop, doop.
One. We're gonna start keeping score over
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
Man. So tell me what type of business ventures you got going on right now, so we can.
Well, I
Let
just,
the folks
I, just,
know.
I, just, I just got an OnlyFans and I'm selling bedroom candy.
Yo, I saw somebody ask the other day. They're like, "What's this OnlyFans business?" Someone's
Hey, yo,
like,
I'm
"It's
joking.
it's like it was on."
You know what? Too many people doing wild stuff.
Yeah,
Yo,
we not doing that.
I'm cool.
You know
They're
what?
not
Since
doing that.
social media had the live option, people have
Yeah, they
decided
wilding out.
like
Well, I don't know.
I was like, yo, they're practically like having relations on this shit. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, like,
yo.
and like, yo,
Yeah, they doing
real weirdos is really paying like a lot of money
yeah,
to see that. Like,
yeah,
like,
yeah, for sure.
oh wow. But now as far as like business ventures with me, I was only joking about that. I'm not doing that
He's
shit.
not doing OnlyFans.
Grown ass man, bro.
However,
You just said he's not doing OnlyFans.
If I wanted to watch OnlyFans, man, I go to Pornhub. Listen,
Yeah.
free 99,
I'm joking. But nah, like
big selection.
what I'm doing right now is concentrate. I'm buckling down from becoming an artist into more of an executive role with 144 Records. You know, for me, it's about giving other artists opportunities. Like there's a lot of shit out there. You know, you got the CD Babies, TuneCores, Distro Kids, stuff like that to put your music and everything out. But what I wanted to do was bring that real record label, feel
Yeah,
back.
bring
It's
back.
it's
You know,
so
Bring it
absent.
back.
Like I literally just had somebody be like, yo, so how much, you want to charge me to distribute me? For one, that's not what we do here. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like if you work on a record, you know what I'm saying, I want you to come work with me in Blacksmith. You know what I mean? And we wanna lay a foundation. We wanna do this as a team.
Right.
Right.
That sounds weird.
Back to OnlyFans.
You know what I mean? But and people would say, no, the artists be surprised, man. And no, I'm not trying to sign any and everybody.
Right.
You know what I mean? But
You gotta have that flavor though.
Yeah, you-
like
right,
you gotta
right,
have
right,
something
right.
special.
Listen, I just found a singer, like she actually can really sing. I just found the artist, a female artist out in Lancaster. You know, and of course, like this, another thing that was more really important was to have something to bring every member from 144, and give them a plateau. You know what I mean? And we don't got to do the CD babies, XYZs, this, that, and the thirds. Like, now we're going to continuously to do this as a family. You know what I mean? And really go hard body.
Right. Get on in the family.
Right. Yeah, like everybody has such a good vibe, you know, within your clique. Like, it's just everybody really is just happy as shit.
I mean, we try to put it in the universe what we want to get out of it, man. Like
manifestation.
Manifestation.
I had 2 weeks. I have a show on manifestation. Tune in.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, like I don't. For me, I'm too grown, man. I don't want to be around no negativity. I don't want to be around no drama. I don't want the naysayers.
Was it always like that for you though?
You're right.
That's my point. Like you grew beyond that. You elevated and you decided I don't want this in my life.
The
so you
maturation process.
Here's the thing about growing into that, right? And I'm gonna share that real quick because I want the thing in order to be able to grow into what you want to become, you first have to humble yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, and
Patience,
grow internally.
Faith, humility.
You know what I mean? Like, exactly, it's the key word is that it's having that humility. So what I've learned, especially dealing with 144, you know what I mean, and I love my brothers and sisters, you know what I mean, but as a leader, as a family member and everything, I can't do what I'm normally do. You know what I'm saying? I can't go off the rocker.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I can't.
You're responsible for a name
black
and
out.
other people at this point.
But here's the weird thing. You know what I mean? It's like, people from the members from 144 and individuals, they know me. They know my aggression. They know how I talk. For one, I grew up in Philly and I grew up in New York. So I'm wild all day. You know what I'm saying? But what made it more like scary for people, I want to say, is now that I'm the mellow person versus that rah-rah person, like, nobody really know how to take me.
They don't
down.
know what to do with that.
And another thing I had to learn to do is just shut the fuck up and not tell everything. And I mean, and that's in business in general. Like,
Silence
that's
is
like
golden.
boy, is it ever. That is definitely a whole situation. You can't. People are I was having this conversation with somebody the other day, right? And they're like, I was like, yo, like, there's always been like that devil energy where folks are trying to do bad things and manipulate and take advantage and so on and so forth. Always.
We had that
But like
conversation earlier.
nowadays, this shit is like Disneyland out here. Like it's for the taking. Like, so like you really got to be on your P's and Q's. Like what you tell people, who you associate with, like how deep it. Like it's crazy. It's crazy. You got to protect your peace.
Yo, I think this is one of the highest peak times ever of the schemes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
We
like,
just had that conversation earlier, I promise you.
Like, we know scam artists and all that has been around for like years. Like, that's nothing new.
But it's even so deep that it's not just on physical shit anymore. It's on your fucking mental.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But see, let me broaden the spectrum for you, right?
Go for it.
Fucking cell phones.
Yeah.
Cell phones. Yeah.
Social media.
Yeah.
Like, people like, people want me to like, like, Judy, you on social media all day. Like, I am, mind your business. Listen. But here's the thing though, right? When you, the things that you're supposed to do when you wake up in the morning, you know what I mean, is, wake up, get out of bed, go to the restroom, brush your teeth, wash your face, do your bodily hygiene now, right? The first thing people do is get up and get on their phone.
Get on social media.
The first thing they post is, good morning, everybody.
Right.
I mean, I ain't gonna front. I wait to do that at like 12 o'clock. You know, I'll be like, well, it's afternoon. But then watch this. Later on, let's say like an hour or two goes down. How many times have you looked at that phone and literally just go to Facebook and just scroll and scroll? And
Yo, have you ever gone into the app, scrolled through the app, closed out the app, not even friggin' 2 minutes later, like,
you picking it right
pick it right back up, open it, like, yo, there's nothing new. There's nothing new.
Nothing different.
Nothing new.
But here's the problem.
Same shit, different day.
So here's the problem with it, because we so attached with these devices, your phones, your iPads, your computers,
Face
and everything.
Shit, like
right?
screen time.
What are we What are we watching? You know, we have become watchers.
Yeah.
At this point in time,
That's true.
And don't let it be a person that like say it's just a chick out here, saying it be like, oh, look at this bitch, and she posted this or this and that. Oh, what the fuck? Her hair is raggedy. Then, boom, 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 boom. Then you get the dudes. You get the dudes. They be just like, yo, he think he's the shit. Yo, fuck this nigga. Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
We have learned, because of these devices and everything, we have learned to inwardly express hatred.
Yeah.
And then you see the person in real life, it's just like, yeah, this is grizzly.
Sometimes,
You know what I mean?
yeah, that's true.
But then the main thing that you have to look at, right? You have to look what's being literally posted on Facebook. How many ice bucket challenges and all these other challenges, all these fights, like these are things that poison the mind. And then when you sit there and you watch TV and you go to VH1, BET, all these reality shows, like tell me let me ask this one question. Where is the love in hip hop?
Yeah, I don't
There,
know.
it's fighting and liquor.
I'm gonna tell you something.
Yeah,
And
I'm
I came
cool
up.
on
I
all
literally,
But-
I literally hold up. Check this out. I literally came up with this. The Real Housewives. They got a Housewives of Potomac now, right? I ain't never watched. I don't even understand how this even got on my TV. So
How did this
matter
happen?
of fact,
Right.
but here's the crazy thing. Chris Samuels. I'm a Redskins fan. Formerly Redskins, the Washington football team.
Right,
Right.
yeah.
He played.
Yeah.
God forbid we call him that.
He played 10 years for that team, right? So I'm like, oh, they got old boy on here, so I'm watching it. So they flashed him on the screen 2 times. So now I'm looking at this person. I'm like, I never heard of these people. So I Google them,
Right.
and next thing you know, a fight breaks out.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right. So you mean to tell me we got Real Housewives of Atlanta, Housewives of Jersey, we got Housewives of Potomac, right? Then we got Love and Hip Hop, Black Ink, Chicago, Black Ink, LA.
Right.
All these reality shows, and they all do the same thing.
Yep.
Everybody has a beef. Everybody
People love
fighting.
the drama.
Drama.
People love the drama. What's gonna happen next?
But why are we so insightful? Like why?
Listen,
do,
because
feeling
we've been conditioned. Period. We've been
Yeah.
conditioned to accept that and look for it as a source of fucking stimulation.
Yeah.
have we?
Entertainment.
I
wait,
had to.
so-
I've never been really a TV person, so I
It's a
don't watch
word-
that
It's
stuff.
a word that you just said. Say that.
Conditioned?
Yeah, you said we was conditioned.
Yeah.
No, we wasn't conditioned. We was manipulated.
I'll manipulate it. Definitely.
I'll go
take
with that, too.
No,
I'll
we was-
take that.
That's the reason they call it programming. Programming.
Everything, from these device, all kind of devices, man. Anytime that we allow that to affect our day, our
Yeah.
month, our years, whatever, and our person, you know what I mean? We have been we had that is the new slavery. We have been
Yeah, but-
manipulated.
Yeah.
People don't take their power. They don't own their power.
But watch this. When did they ever know they had the power?
Exactly. Because
know
a
what I
lot
mean?
of times, like you're in social circles, family circles, all that kind of stuff. You're going through all these, generational situations that are
Right.
unhealthy. So
Repetitive.
you have to find a way out to even be enlightened to move past that. And a lot of people, they don't have that.
People will
Out.
never, we as people will never realize our true potential, our true power,
and you-
if we don't know ourselves.
Right, and everybody wants to be
Be
amongst
like
the
everybody
masses.
else. They wanna
everybody
be like everybody else.
be amongst
But see,
the masses.
but then that goes to another part of that manipulation, because now we are conditioned to be jealous.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
But I always say it goes back to ego.
It's
ego.
it's definitely self-esteem. But at the end of the day, it's in the esteem of your motherfucking self.
Yeah, but there's healthy and then there's unhealthy,
Yeah.
and you got to be on that healthy side to be able to elevate to something different and
Yeah,
better.
but if you look at a demographic, there is more unhealthy than it is healthy.
Of
Definitely
course.
Like
more
the numbers
unhealthy.
Of
is like,
course,
if it was
yeah.
on a scale, it'll be looking like this.
For
Yeah,
example,
pretty
and
much.
this is in the food genre, right? So during the beginning of COVID, everybody had that rush to the store and everything, right?
Yeah.
I didn't rush to the store, and all this business, I was at work, I was taken care of, but they had all this fresh produce, all these lentils, all these things that are good and healthy and shelf stable shit for you was still there. But everybody
Right.
took all the meats, they took all the frozen stuff, they took all the canned goods, all the shit
Right.
you shouldn't really be eating anyway. And it's like the same mentality. It's that manipulation, that brainwashing, that conditioning that this is what we eat. Like, is it though? Is that if you see what I'm saying? Like, it's what we've been fed. This is the cheap way out. This is the
Yeah, you know, I have a lot of views, especially dealing with this COVID.
That's another show.
But I will. Let me just say this. I was, you know, whether people agree or not, man, I think governmental wise, they taking advantage of certain situations. I'm not saying COVID is not real because it's very real. But what I am going to say is,
share that.
what I am going to say is, this online learning shit that they got the kids doing.
Yeah.
This is an experiment to see how focused can a child, you know what I mean, be. This,
Right.
they always want to look at, I mean, to cut back money. So if you could cut back money by giving a child a computer and having teachers teach remotely,
Yep.
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Now watch this.
It's the same thing as like box stores. They got rid of box stores. Now they're all
they're all
online.
And I would say,
No overhead.
And then watch this though. You trying to save money, right? So now you could cut down on teachers.
Mm-hmm.
You could cut down on activities
Yep.
and everything. Like this is literally a way to cut back on money, and they doing it globally. When it comes to the stores and everything,
Right.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I've seen firsthand certain stores in like different states that I've been to during this pandemic. At the ending part of it though, but they purposely take shit off the racks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It'd be like, you know, we gonna let them
Ration
fight.
them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Gonna
they
let-
do.
like this
They
is really
do.
like the Book of Eli right now.
Right.
Yeah,
You know what I
it
mean?
is. It
But when
is.
this remote learning and the way that they trying to handle individuals, and there has always been a statistical graph being kept. You know, how do they handle it in this area? How they going to handle it in this area? How they
Sure.
going to handle it in this area?
Right.
But then like it's again, I stay up on things. You mean to tell I just seen that a vaccine is rolling off the assembly lines November 14th.
Yeah.
Like nobody's like peeping game the, you know what I'm saying, the presidential election is the 13th and now
Then
this
they
is
pulling that. Yeah.
right. And then today the orange dude says that, you know, he's going to leave the White House
Oompa Loompa.
gracefully. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They're strategically, you know what I'm saying, putting us through we lab rats. You know what I'm saying?
right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah,
You're
this was I feel is a grand scheme, and they're playing it out. And you know, like you said, like they're testing they're taking the temperature. How are they gonna react to this? How are they gonna do this? Okay, now we can kick it up a notch.
Yeah, you know, I don't want to stay like on like Duke right here, but
Right.
you mean to tell me you exposed over 200 people of COVID, right? And we talk about we literally, since this pandemic started, for one, this pandemic been started before they announced it. Right?
Yeah.
Now we talk about some
Yeah.
PTSD and all that other stuff. Like let's be real. All right. We've been like, for one, numbers have been inflated from day one.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
You got to remember, COVID didn't even have a name. I
Right.
mean, how I feel is they looked behind a Lysol can. It was like, oh, you
Yeah,
know what?
this
That's
one.
what it
This
is,
one.
right
We
there.
haven't done this one yet.
Yeah,
We're
Right.
doing
let's
this
go
one.
So no,
Yeah.
so because like just a couple years ago, we was just doing this with Ebola. I mean, it just
Right.
didn't outbreak.
Yep.
But let me tell you, like this coronavirus thing has not just started. This is not nothing new.
Nope.
If Obama had a plan,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, in his second year to avoid this right here, they've been new about it.
Yeah, they knew
you know what I
it.
mean?
They
This is
knew
why,
it.
you know, it mutated, no, it was man-made and, you know what I mean, it infiltrated amongst us.
Right.
But they, again, them keeping like statistical numbers and seeing what they can do, how we can gain more control over here. We want to take this away from them, but we want to try
Fear
this.
equals control.
Exactly.
Yeah, we fear the unknown.
We've been mind fucked.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Jedi.
People stay with their freaking face like we're talking about screen time.
Yeah.
Oh, what's going on with the COVID? What are the numbers now? What does the news say?
Yeah.
You know,
But
like yo,
I mean, let me take it a step further. Like, take it off of Corona. We, like, for one, I don't know if anybody ever noticed how there's always no matter who's the fuck is the president, there's something major that has
There's a
to happen,
situation.
It's always,
right?
It's always
But
a situation.
this is the
Yeah.
first time there has been, you know what I mean, a president that had the major shit happen during the presidency, and he's only in his first fucking term. So hopefully everybody please go out and vote and
Yeah,
get this
please
dude
get
out
him
of
outta
office,
here.
man.
Yeah.
But I will say this. The second month into his presidency, right? he doesn't go to special intelligence. You know what I'm saying? I think they got a lower special intelligence because it's not that special. I think it was just a special without the intelligence.
It was a blue light special.
Right.
Yeah, it was-
But
yeah.
what happens? Yo, but yo, real
Right.
talk. Real talk. Watch this.
There's a
Watch
damn
this.
clearance.
He takes the biggest atomic bomb that we have. We ain't never used it. It's been here for over 60 some odd years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This was the just in case.
Right.
And
He's
you
old.
don't got real intelligence, but you take this and you have it dropped on.
Yeah.
I mean, a desolate place with no life in Afghanistan. For what? But then gets on TV and he's going to war. He's trying to go to war with Tony Blair from Europe, from Europe and all that. And then was talking about this guy over here. You know what I mean? Was passing out viruses amongst his people.
Yeah.
Y'all see how that plays out?
Yeah, I peeped
the
that.
same virus that they said came from over there, that he was going to war with this dude over here, we got coronavirus now.
Yeah, I peep it.
I got a question for you.
Go ahead.
You're talking about government. So, but you talked about voting as well.
Yes.
So if you think the government is so corrupt,
I think everybody, I think anybody in political office is corrupt.
so do the votes count?
Do they?
Well, you know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. Amongst African Americans, hell no. But what I will say now is, this is at this juncture in life, this is the first time that it's going to have to count because
But
they
it's
made
the
it.
government. It's a system
does-
of the government.
it
My
doesn't-
question is,
this
if
is-
they are able to manipulate us in
They can't
every
ma-
other fucking way,
But see, this dude
is
has
it possibility?
this
of
dude
course,
has fucked up. Listen, this dude has fucked up so bad.
Fuck the
that
dude, bro. At the end of the day, like the government voted, the system of voting, is it legit or not?
Well, so let me answer it like this.
Bullshit going on with that.
Let's deal with the Russia conspiracy, right? For one, I'm gonna explain. I'm gonna give you all the variables, right? Because he
Hold on. Hold on. If, just answer this question. If they're able to manipulate us, are they able to manipulate? I feel as though the government,
They can manipulate.
Yes, if they want somebody else to win, they want a particular outcome, whatever the case may be, they're the friggin' government. So they're going to.
There has always been the manipulation.
There's
They
always a part.
and you're absolutely correct. But what I'm saying, at this juncture in life, right now, their back is against the wall. There's no way in hell that it could be manipulated right now.
But it is. Does the vote count?
At this time, yes.
If they
Right
want to
here, right
manipulate
now.
it, can they do that though?
Their back's against the wall. They can't.
How so?
Because of the bullshit that happened the last time.
Multiple times.
Multiple.
The electoral
The-
vote, Hillary won. Then before that, we had problems with our voting booths.
Machines, yeah.
Blah blah blah. It's always something. You see what I'm saying?
But again, their backs is against the wall right now, literally, because who's going to a voting booth now?
Nobody.
Right.
They all these
Mail-in.
mail-in votes. Or
Right. Now, watch this. And before I came here today, I literally just seen this on Fox News, right? Every mail-in ballot, you know what I'm saying, is certified. And I'm talking about, like, you take it to a registry, get every, like, a certified letter.
Yeah.
If they don't count that vote, we have proof that we voted.
Right.
And it has to equal up to this. That's what I'm saying. That they hands is literally tied right now. The powers that be, hands is tied. Now, anything that happens after this, yeah, they probably go back and manipulate it. But right now, with everything that has been going on from the beginning of his presidency and everything that has transpired, the dysfunction, the disunity that there was,
Right.
he tied everybody's hands in a knot right now. This is the time where, as though we all, not just black people,
Right.
all
Yeah.
of us need to get out and vote. I always had a problem. It didn't matter if they was Democratic, they was Republican. I didn't give a fuck if they was independent. You know what I mean? Shit, I voted for the last dude because he was making marijuana legal everywhere. I don't even know son's name. You know what I mean?
I know that's right.
And if-
I want that guy.
but not- but
He's
real-
on my team.
For real talk. Yo, like, but so again, for one, the fucked up part about this presidential election, for real is, and this is why I feel as though that they actually fucked Bernie Sanders. Because this president, they are going to be right now, like Trump has to start over, even though it's his second term, right? this is going to be, whoever fucking wins is going to be the oldest person voted fucking president.
Yeah.
Like Trump hair plugs is already falling the fuck out. Like the real hair going, like they're the fake hair leaving.
Shay.
You know what I mean?
I don't
And they
even know
all,
what
they
that
all,
is.
and I posted some funny shit on Sunday today. You know what I mean? It was Wheel of Fortune, and you know, fill in the blanks, and he says, "Grab her by the pussy," but the real thing was take her to the party. But the reason, if
Right.
anything, with anything, right? Here's the real. This is the truest shit. Once Trump leaves out of office, right now, oh, he's going to jail. Because he was the only, for one, he's the first president that got fucking nominated to be president with
Right.
a fucking investigation and
And the
charges.
thing, yeah,
Do you think though,
yeah.
like, do you
Oh, he's
think
going.
like that's a possibility,
Oh, it's
like a
not possible,
legit
that's-
possibility? Because look, he's already been impeached, but he was never impeached.
Right.
Well, see, that impeachment, that
How'd that
impeachment is
work?
propaganda.
How'd that work out? A lot of shit's propaganda.
Yo, but let me, yo, you know what though? Let me say this, and this is no disrespect to the civil rights movement. This is no disrespect, I mean, to all the forefathers that put in the work to get us to the point where we at now, right?
Right.
But as a, you know what I mean, and they went through a hell, and it's nothing comparable,
Right.
you know what I mean? But we are going through something similar right now, right? Where we don't have just one or two leaders at that, you know what I mean, during that era. We have multiple leaders.
Right.
And it's not multiple leaders like an Al Sharpton or anybody. We all have voices. Anytime the NFL, the NBA, even certain rappers, no matter what level, we all are speaking out.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
everybody's saying something.
See,
Yeah.
like, you know, when we at a point in time, we only had Malcolm. We only
Yeah.
had
Sure.
Martin. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Sure.
We had, well, you know, it was Jesse Jackson, but do
Yeah,
that really
Je-
count? You know what I mean?
But
we don't.
because of, again, technology, social media, the way things have changed, like people that weren't icons before are icons now, and
Right.
now people have a voice. People have a voice. Do you think that
No, people can't neglect. People can't put a deaf ear on what's being said.
Yeah, exactly.
They can't.
You can't.
You
gotta
can't turn a
speak up.
blind eye on what's
Gotta
already been
speak
said
up.
or what's already been
Yeah.
done.
I know.
There's too many of us
Gotta
now.
say some stuff.
And
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest, your piece, guy. I'm gonna be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? And this is not a racial thing.
no?
We don't want to happen what happened to Philadelphia a couple months ago with the fucking riots.
Yeah.
We don't want the Atlantas. You know what I mean?
Right.
We don't want listen, if this shit don't go right,
Yeah.
we talking about the
Mass
whole
hysteria.
Yeah.
United States going bonkers.
Yeah, mass hysteria all over again.
All over again.
And then you want to do what? Inflict what? Martial law? Here's the problem with that. And it's just like, you know what I mean? Because Sonny made a comment talking about saying, we want to introduce slavery again. You know what I mean? In certain ways. I'm sorry.
It never went
It's-
away.
It never went
It
away,
never-
but guess
yeah.
what? You can try it. Too many niggas got guns. I'm just being honest
Yeah,
with you.
everybody got
Yeah.
it. Mhm.
It's to be honest with you, the regular military versus street soldiers,
No.
the street soldiers win.
Street soldiers definitely win.
If
it.
they
I-
unite, for sure.
And it's
Yeah.
not even a thing going to black or white or anything. Like I know I got a lot of redneck friends that that's, you know what I mean, think the same way that
Yeah.
how I think and everything.
Right.
It's,
The race thing is again another distraction. It's
Yeah,
another,
yeah.
this is our way of dividing.
Divided.
it's already been divided.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's
been
divided.
divided.
It's
It
been
never,
divided. Yeah.
like people are like, how in 2020 is race still a situation? And it's like, well, because people allow it to be.
Yeah. Or you get caught up in the dumb shit.
I feel people allow it to be. She was like, let me think before I start in on this one. But I feel as though that a lot of things are a mindset, and because we are programmed, because we are conditioned, because we have all of that other negativity flowing
You know-
through us from out here.
Let me say this. We know racism never left.
No.
Right.
We know racism has never been suppressed. It's always
Yeah.
been there.
It's always
Yeah.
been-
So
it's-
the same as I'm saying that, you know what I mean, there's too many of us now and we all have voices. Like since this dude has been in office, too many of them has starting to feel comfortable within, like, especially like the KKK rising back
Yeah.
up, rising up to prevalence, you know what I'm saying, in Charlottesville, Virginia. You know what I'm saying? you having ever white enthusiasts. I mean, speaking their propaganda, hate, kill.
Right.
You know what I mean? But then everybody got frightened when the Black Panther Party resurfaced.
Yeah.
The Peace Stone Rangers resurfaced. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But see, again, the propaganda, that's what they wanted to happen. And that's like, what we going through now can't compare to what was going back in the beginning, because the beginning was the beginning. It started it all. You know what I mean? We not being beat with batons. We not being hit with water hoses and dogs being sicked on us, but they getting us in every aspect.
Right.
But what goes around comes back around. This is not the last time that some shit like this is going to happen. But what we have to do, you know what I mean, to possibly not prevent, but to compress it, is that we all have to change our mindsets, man.
Yep.
Like actions, the only way that an action can be taken is if we as individuals humble ourselves, like we said earlier.
Humility,
You know what I mean? Having the humility and putting a plan together.
So I got one last question for you.
Go ahead.
Yeah, because we're about out of time. We did that.
Oh, I'll come back.
Yeah.
I'll come back.
We'll be booking for 21 soon.
Yeah.
One last question for you. So, would you say that this war that we are now have embarked on is a spiritual one?
It's beyond spiritual. It's spiritual, it's mental, it's physical, it's all of them wrapped up in one.
But would you agree that like spirituality embraces the mind and the spirit and all of those attributes?
Yeah, you know why? You know what? Yes. Because it doesn't matter who you pray to or who you choose to serve.
Right.
If this what we're going through is affecting you, then you lack faith.
Yeah.
Faith is always the key for everything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The Bible says, you know what I'm saying, vengeance is mine, save the Lord. You know what I'm saying? The Bible says that he will fight our battles. We don't have to fight that battle, right?
Right.
But too many people whose Bible heads, we say we have faith, we say we do this, that, and the third, but then we become weary at that very exact moment of time. Not with just what's going on, but even in our everyday life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So everything that we do, everything that's being said, and everything, you know what I mean, that's happening, has to deal with spirituality in some shape or form. It's how battle tested and battle ready that you are.
Right.
You know what I mean, and how strong your faith is in whoever you serve. So yes, it's definitely spiritual. But it really goes down to that individual and what their relationship is with whoever they choose to serve.
Sure. It all goes back to ego, as I say. Goes back to wanting to make that change, that have that mindset. We are in a crazy time right now where there's a lot of uncertainty.
Yeah.
People, because of crime and all the things that type of scenarios we go through and live through nowadays, it creates PTSD and anxiety, and we talk about these things on a regular basis because it's so real and people deal with it, and some people don't know how to deal with it or don't know what to call it or don't even but it's such a it's a crazy thing out here right now. It's like we living in crazy times, so it's definitely bigger than we are.
Yeah, it definitely is.
Yeah. Well, Judah, I want to thank you for coming through.
Thank you.
Thank y'all for having me.
Yeah, you'll have to come back. We'll talk our heads off again.
Yeah. We want to, hopefully dude will be gone by then, and we can have something else to talk about. Let me just say this. Let me just say this before we go off here, real quick. When he got elected, I'll say, we the fucking trouble. The reason being,
I had a friend that cried. I just looked at her like, what?
But here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. This is why I said that we was in trouble.
Yeah.
For one, we live close to Atlantic City. Did you see what the fuck he did down there?
Exactly.
Seriously. So what the fuck was he going to do with the United States?
Exactly. Really.
Seriously, that's what I mean. That's my spill. He already fucked up a city. Now he's gonna fuck up a country. United States is gonna be the first country ever to go bankrupt. Literally.
We've been bankrupt. We owe ourselves to China like 50 times over. Like, that's been done. Like,
speaking of which, we're gonna hit that Chinese store around the corner.
In any event, go ahead and check out the replay on YouTube. Search Glockaware. And next week we're gonna be in here with Star talking about ascension and chakras and all that good stuff.
Yeah,
we're gonna have an energy healer come in and talk to us about some things. So it's gonna be dope. Make sure you tune in next week. Stay tuned. We got an hour. We got happy hour.
Happy hour.
And then 8 to 10 is the Glockaware Radio Show with Toucan Sam and Shab Benizes. And
all right, y'all ready? All right.
Yo, they're getting weird out there already. All right, we're out of here.
Yo, peace.
Peace.
Everybody will be back. We're gonna feel it, alright. Everybody.